Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red.
Got videos today from Destro Reborn. Why men are avoiding going to nightclubs. Women are sick of it. Please extra them below. I really appreciate that. Let's get the chow. It's chow time.
So I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we was talking about how the club isn't fun like how it used to be.
Yeah, there's no more free drinks.
And
attention.
I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there. And that's cool, not like I care.
That's exactly why you guys care and go to the clubs. This is why you guys are upset. Even though you guys say, oh, men are creepy. Wish there was women-only clubs. Men need to just stop hitting on us. Blah, blah, fucking blah. When there's actually no men, you guys aren't even happy.
And that's cool, not like I care.
Why is there such a drastic increase in men avoiding the nightclub? I mean, I could give you the politically correct answer if that's what you seek. No, but you demand straight facts.
Give me the bottom line. Give me the truth straight up, no chaser.
The truth is, the modern nightclub is no longer efficient for our purposes. I mean, efficiency literally means achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. Now, if I ask you to calculate all of your recent club experiences, would you deem them efficient? I mean, let's be frank. How much money have you wasted for subpar tenderloin extraction? Let's do the math. You and a group of friends.
Luckily, I don't really go to clubs. The last time I went to one was me promoting one of my fighters. And we spent like a couple $100 just because he won the fight. It was his first ranked match. So we went out a little bit and spent like $600 or something, like $300 to $600 for him. That was about it. And that was just for him to have fun, have a good time, invite his friends over and stuff. I didn't really do much.
Pull your money together to lease a booth, a few bottles, and a disease-infected hookah. Be honest. How much baseline tenderloin did you and your squad obtain from this investment?
So I don't know if y'all saw, but there's this whole discourse going on Twitter talking about why do clubs suck now and why does club culture suck now? And we gonna get into it because I'll tell you why club culture sucks now.
And I finally put some water on my face. I was like, we got grenades, man.
Meanwhile.
And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there.
I mean, are we honey badgers or are we peacocks? Do you fully understand the buying power
We give no fucks.
you just exhausted and how much that same investment would yield you in other markets abroad? I apologize, I'm somewhat triggered by wasted assets on subpar women.
The nightlife industry and nightlife culture around the world is slowly dying. Here are 10 reasons why, but also, David, will it ever come back?
A few moments later.
People are primarily saving up their funds for larger festivals or bigger trips, potentially trips overseas to travel.
Yeah, I mean, people are saving up for trips to Latin America, South America, to Asia.
Passport bros?
Passport bros, but also to Tokyo.
Passport bros?
Passport bros, but also to Tokyo.
To this day,
To this day,
modern women cannot give us a clear distinction between a man being assertive versus a man being quote-unquote abusive. Because what's right and what's wrong all depends on if she finds you attractive.
I feel like what you say, the men are different.
They're
The men are much more respectful.
no, because like before you could like you be dancing and then after a while you gotta turn back like who the heck is this? No, I could be pushing back like he gonna come? Right? Like I hear doing the most work.
Sir, grab
Like,
this wine.
No, but it's true. They ain't come
But
in
it's
for wine no more. Like this kind of
even the whole
watching.
touching thing, because I always used to have an SVD and it used to make me so annoyed when you pass people, they gotta touch you.
Yeah, that's
especially the men. Now,
Nobody hands
They
up,
don't even
yo.
come at all. I was
Nah.
surprised when somebody
Yeah.
come behind me.
Honestly,
It was
they
very
get shy.
shocking.
I'm kind of confused. You guys sound like you're upset. You don't get
No, because
bum rushed
now,
anymore.
look, when we used to get touched, it was annoying.
You
but
wanted to get bum
no,
rushed,
but
you
you
don't want
go
to get bum
into
rushed.
the complete opposite side. You need a balance. Don't touch me up with disrespect.
I get upset when they touch, but I don't go to the complete opposite side, which is not touching you. So you want an in-between, somewhat touching, but not touching. How the fuck do we know this shit? What the fuck's going on?
Right.
But pull up on me. Pull up. You just walk.
If you're not her type, then be prepared for those Trey Songz or Cuba Gooding Jr. allegations in the near future.
One man's flirt, depending on how he looks and presents, is another man's sexual harassment.
Yep.
Yes.
And we are not doing a good job as women being able to explain why it's sexual harassment versus being an attractive opportunity.
To this day.
Men are frustrated. Men are not understanding what is the difference and why am I a threat if I'm being kind to you. So because of your behavior, women, I am now going to pull back my finances and resources. I'm now going to reduce my presence. I'm going to reduce my intentions, my efforts, because I don't want what my intentions are in terms of creating connection with you to be misconstrued as sexual harassment because you don't like how I look. I'm not your type.
The nightclub is not only boring, but it's dangerous. Risking your future for a 200-pound 5 or a single mother 6 is next level ludicrous. Oh, wait, it seems like we've just received some breaking news.
Breaking news!
Cobra is now reporting that Monica Leon, aka Danger, from the Love of Ray J, has attempted to jump the wall of no return. Unfortunately, according to eyewitnesses, she's failed. Oh, so close.
We're now going to take you live to the scene.
So I'm actually going to just start documenting because this will be a
Is that her? Is this the same chick that he just talked about?
teachable moment for other victims. Because I'm not the only wife out there that has a debilitating disability that can't get out of her marriage. I'm on my way to the food bank to get food because I have no
Broke, dusty, musty crusties. This is just so sad that women that were so gorgeous back in the day, and she wasn't the most gorgeous, but she was pretty good looking, had good money, had good careers, or somewhat good careers, now turned to this fat, overweight, broke, dusty, musty crusties that are online talking about how broke, dusty they are. Like, what the fuck?
no food in my house because my husband got me fired from my job and
Let me be the first to say our thoughts.
Wow, guys. The wall. I don't even think she's a survivor. The wall did not leave much.
And prayers go out to another brave post-war survivor. But let's get back to our regular programming.
I'm going to club space by myself, so I'm going to document this whole thing. This is the fit.
A few moments later.
But I'm just trying to vibe, so like, I don't really care. But something that gives me the ick in space is when someone's trying to talk to me. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, do not talk to me right now. This is not the place for conversation. Like, this is, like, please be quiet. I can't stand it.
I have a question for my millennials or my Generation Xers, really anybody older than Gen Z. What did the club used to be like? What did the club used to be like? Because now, you know, it's sections all over the place. People be acting scared to dance. Everybody just going to take pictures, pop bottles. What was the club like before?
Do you remember that song, Yeah? Remember all the music video in that song? That probably is a good representation of what was going on back in the day.
Sections.
I've seen several posts about how the club scene is dead, how people in their early 20s to early 30s are extremely lonely, and I think there's a correlation between those two things. I used to be part of the club scene back in 2007 through 2011. First of all, there was no Bumble or Tinder or anything to that effect. If you wanted to meet people, be it friends or people that you wanted to date, you had to physically get out of the house. When you went to these clubs to interact with people, it wasn't something where you could swipe and text and all sort of stuff. You're physically right there with people. And if you saw...
You know how clubs stock hot girls in there just to like pull the men. Maybe we need to start stocking clubs with hot men, so we can start pulling the women.
A woman that caught your eye, I mean, you'd ask her to dance. If you caught her eye, her and her friends would probably be dancing around you, and you guys would wind up, mingling with them at that point in time. But it was magical because you really got a sense of who you were dealing with right in person. You knew immediately whether or not you had chemistry with that person because you'd be talking to them and dancing with them for, maybe an hour or two, So I really hope that the club scene comes back because I think that it will be something that benefits people in their early 20s to early 30s, just the way it did for us.
I did not realize after this gentleman's analysis of it, I guess it makes sense. I've never been in the club scene even when I was young. I got married very young, so I never even went to clubs. So I always thought it was kind of, why do people even go? It's kind of dirty. You're spending a lot of money on alcohol. Are you really meeting quality people? I've never been a clubby guy, and I've never saw the allure of it. Even now, I don't see the allure of it, but I guess people miss it.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy.
It's just so funny that women always complain about men harassing them, men always trying to buy them drinks and, taking them home and all this bullshit about clubs. And now that men don't show up to clubs, they still bitch and moan. Get it together, ladies. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Ciao.